These two men, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. and Tito Santana, have battled their way through weeks of grueling competition with one goal in mind: to reach the pinnacle. And this week it's all on the line, the battle for the American Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. It's coming up next. Gentlemen, welcome to a historic night in professional wrestling with the American Wrestling Federation. Terry Taylor, you've got to tell them about the big one.
It is the big one. The first ever American Wrestling Federation Championship will be decided tonight. We've given it almost a whole hour because we've got to give it enough rounds. Tito Santana taking on Bob Orton Jr. with Sir Oliver Humperdinck in his corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the ring and Billy Anderson.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for 12 rounds. It is for the American Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the American Wrestling Federation President, Mr. Paul Alperstein.
Well, there is a man who should be commended.
Hey, wait a minute, Karsh. Alperstein's trying to steal the belt and go out the back door. Call security.
Terry, he's headed to the ring with the championship belt, for heaven's sakes.
Wait a second. That kid went to shake his hand. He gave him the catch a cab sign. What kind of president is that?
This is a great president, for heaven's sakes. Let the man talk.
Well, this is the match you've been waiting for all these weeks. This match is for the World's Heavyweight Championship of the American Wrestling Federation.
Hey, Karsh, how's it feel to know you're kissing up to Winnie the Pooh?
Oh, stop it. That's not the case at all.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our special referee for this match, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a surprise. We had no idea who was going to be appointed the special guest referee. What a tremendous wrestler. Jumpin' Jimmy Brunzell.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the contestants. Introducing first the manager, Sir Oliver Humperdinck. He represents from Kansas City, weighing 235 pounds, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Well, wrestling fans, making his way to the ring right now, one half of this tremendous championship matchup, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., a tremendous second-generation wrestler who has fought and clawed his way into this title encounter. And I've got to tell you, Terry, how in the world can you bet against Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. regardless of the opponent?
Yeah, he's a great competitor, second generation. But let me say something. I'm glad it's Jumpin' Jim. He's been in the sport. He's been a champion. He'll call it right down the line.
His opponent from Tacula, Mexico, weighing 239 pounds, Tito Santana.
Oh, this crowd is absolutely wild as Tito Santana makes his way to the ring. You talk about popular stars in the world of professional wrestling. He is right at the top. And again, as did Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., Tito Santana literally battled his way through tremendous competition to get to where he's at right now. This battle for the first ever American Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion.
Dad, I can't wait to get this thing started. These two guys, like you said, fought, did whatever they had to get into this championship match, and history will be made right here.
You know, the cards and the letters have been coming in, the anticipation for this one. Let's listen to Jim Brunzell.
Center of the ring, I'll go over the ropes.
No, he's going to go over the rules.
First of all, this is going to be a 12-round World Championship match.
Longest ever.
With
Absolutely.
a minute rest in between rounds. After the bell is rung, after each round, I want you fellas to go back to your neutral corner. Do not
Look at
engage.
the intensity on Santana.
Also, in case of a draw, I will be keeping a running tab after every round, and I will
That's the guy I
decide
picked
a
right
winner.
there. There's your next champion.
As far as the rules, there will be no throwing over the top rope. That will be a disqualification. Mr. Humperdinck, there will be no outside interference.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Keep him out of
There will
there.
be no hair pulling.
Alperstein doesn't have to worry about that.
And no throwing of the fist. If you go out on the floor, there will be a 10 count. If you're not back, you will lose. Hang on.
Well, right now, you see, I'm glad to see this. It looks like Brunzell's got everything lined up. He's checking the men for foreign objects. Speaking of foreign objects, look at that troll with the red hair.
Isn't he something else again to look at?
He looks good next to you.
Gentlemen,
Hey.
shake hands, go back to your corners, and let's have a good match.
Well, a little hesitation there, but finally the handshake, and we are set to go, ladies and gentlemen. All the marbles on the line. Santana and Bob Orton Jr. Stay with us. We're coming right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is what it is all about. It has been the talk of the wrestling world for several weeks, and it has come to this, the World Heavyweight Championship in the American Wrestling Federation.
Let me say it one time, may I? Let's get ready to rumble! I just had to do that one time.
You did it very well, and ladies and gentlemen, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. and Tito Santana, they have gone through every form of competition imaginable to get to this event right here, right now, for the American Wrestling Federation Championship. Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, the referee, and Terry, why don't you enlighten the fans a little bit? A first ever in the world of professional wrestling with that electronic scorecard.
What that means is Brunzell isn't very good at math, so I've given him a calculator. No, actually what it is, hey, there's Tony Atlas, Mr. USA sitting ringside. Everybody understands the importance of this match, and that's why they have an electronic calculator. So Brunzell's scorecard, if there is a draw after 12 four-minute rounds, then he will be the deciding factor.
Well, already, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., I don't know if this is a matter of pacing or if he's actually distracted by the fans.
Psychological warfare. Tito Santana's keyed up, and this is Orton Jr.'s way of making him expend energy and really want to get going and making him wait.
Two of the very best ring technicians ever, literally, in the world of professional wrestling, going at it right now for the prestigious American Wrestling Federation title.
Right there, top wrist lock, which puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder, wrist, and elbow. Bob Orton Jr. had it good. Tito using that leverage and experience to get out of it. Reverses it into a hammer lock, which works on the shoulder of Bob Orton Jr., who goes to the ropes. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. You know, I have to give you credit, as much as I hate to do so. You did say weeks ago that Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. was your pick, your favorite, to win the American Wrestling Federation Championship. I'm not so sure he's going to do that today, but at least he's in the finals.
Well, it's very hard to bet against a guy with the experience, the know-how, and the winning record of Cowboy Bob Orton. Oh, man, he took a headlock predicament and then almost had a near fall on Tito Santana. That's what makes a great wrestler, taking adversity and making it into your advantage. And Bob Orton Jr. has been doing that for many years. He's my pick.
Jim Brunzell, the camera had a shot just a moment ago. He is right in on top of the action. Certainly his years of experience as a professional wrestler, a former world champion in his own right. Very, very qualified to be in there as the third man.
Yeah, and the thing about Brunzell is, it's like when you're growing up and you say, you know, your parents do something to you, you say, I'll never do that when I'm a parent. Well, Brunzell's doing the same thing as a referee. He's saying these referees did this wrong. I'm going to make sure I don't do that wrong. And I think he's going to be good for this match and good for the American Wrestling Federation Championship match.
Well, I have to say, in terms of wrestling in general, to have two superstars, the likes of Santana and Orton Jr. in your championship encounter says a lot for the American Wrestling Federation. You have two tacticians in there, real, honest-to-goodness wrestlers who know the sport inside and out.
Yeah, Bob Orton Jr., that headlock Tito has on him is low. Bob Orton Jr. is trying to get lower to get the leverage to turn up onto a top wrist lock. Tito Santana is going to try to keep that forearm across the cheekbone. He's using his strength. We got 30 seconds. And see how Orton stays down low. That releases and, well, eases the pressure of that headlock. Now see how he comes up there. Tito gets that head back up.
Off throw. Oh, big shoulder tackle. He drilled Bob Orton Jr. over the top. Tito once again into the side headlock, into the takedown as we are under 10 seconds. And a little human chess in the opening round.
Yeah, right here, Tito leaning back, trying to get those shoulders down. We're almost at the end of round one, and this is history being made.
Well, no clear advantage there.
Now he's got to let him go. Now, see, a sportsman like me would let him go. Karsh, if you had a guy down, I know you'd stay on him. I didn't hear you. What'd you say back?
Sir Oliver Humperdinck in the ring immediately at the end of that round to check on his man, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. And you know, we heard Jim Brunzell at the outset, Terry, telling Humperdinck in no uncertain terms to keep his nose out of this one. That would be a first, because this, oh, wait a minute, there's the Sarge. Sergeant Slaughter, very interested in the outcome of this one. You have to believe Sarge would challenge the winner immediately.
Yeah, well, you thought that was your pick to win. You said Sergeant Slaughter would be in there. You were wrong. My man, Bob Orton Jr., survived the first round. Humperdinck, now what's Humperdinck going to tell Bob Orton Jr.? I mean, Orton Jr.'s done it, been there, but Humperdinck right there talking up a storm.
Well, we've mentioned many times Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., second-generation wrestler. As we enter round two, his father, a great star of the 50s and the 60s. Certainly the apple didn't fall far from the tree there. And Tito Santana, a true legend in modern-day professional wrestling. The fans love him wherever he appears.
Yeah, Tito went for that headlock off the lockup, and right there, Bob Orton Jr. knew he was going to do it. Ducked underneath, went behind, had a good waist ride, but Tito Santana sat out of it. Bob Orton Jr. is talking about pulling the fingers apart. One of the rules in the American Wrestling Federation is you have to use the fingers as a unit. All four fingers, not just one. And believe me, one finger, if you use a finger to get out of a hold, it hurts.
Jumpin' Jim Brunzell once again watching intently as these two lock up. Again, this is for the American Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. The first ever champion of the American Wrestling Federation. And Terry, what these two men have endured in weeks of competition, it was a struggle to get here, and I guarantee you neither of these men is going to give less than 150%.
Yeah, it looks like Tito's going to try to work the head on Bob Orton Jr., and Orton Jr. is going to try to work that left arm and wrist. Tito got arm drag there. Man, he barely cleared the way Orton wrapped that arm around his shoulder and head. Tito really had to fight to get over. And listen to these people get behind Tito Santana. A guy like, you know, you have to think, how much punishment did these guys take in the earlier rounds? How is it going to affect the outcome of this match? Who's healthy? Who's tired? I mean, there's a lot of factors in on a tournament. I mean, the toughest do survive.
And you know, this one, 12 rounds, the longest scheduled bout in the American Wrestling Federation to date. And you have to believe that these two men are such finely conditioned athletes, Terry, that endurance, I don't believe, is going to be a factor. They are in tremendous condition.
Well, I don't mean to disagree with you. Yeah, I do. Conditioning always is a factor. I was talking about the pain factor. Great shoulder block there. Tito Santana, oh man, gets up just in time to get knocked down again. Beautiful hip lock. What's he going to follow? Now he goes to the arm drag. Will he go back to the head? Yes, he does.
Tremendous series of moves by Santana, and Humperdinck is up in arms outside the ring. The fans are loving it, and Tito once again in control.
Yeah, I think Tito played a little possum there, or opossum. What he did is he arm dragged Orton Jr. once, let him go, so when Orton Jr. came up, he thought another arm drag was coming. Tito went back to the head. See how that forearm bone is going across the eye and the ear? That's how you get a cauliflower ear, and I'll show you that after this match.
No, you won't.
Oh, I want to bad. Look at old Brunzell staying out of the way. I like that. Sometimes referees that try to over-officiate stop the flow of a match. Brunzell's letting these two guys wrestle, and I dig it.
Well, that's the name of the game. That's what's on the marquee, professional wrestling. Oh, good heavens. Please. That was kind of a lengthy camera shot.
They're all lengthy with him in the frame.
Oh, he does fill up a screen, doesn't he? Sir Oliver Humperdinck, like him or not, he has managed champions throughout his career as a manager, and he would like nothing better. You know, he would love to leave the building with the American Wrestling Federation title belt.
Yeah, look at Tito Santana exerting a lot of energy, cranking on that headlock. He gets that forearm bone across the face, but leans back, cranking the neck. Can't breathe, very uncomfortable. We got 25 seconds left in round 2, and these people appreciate the human chest that's going on in that ring. And see the way he's dragging that forearm across that ear? Boy, I want to do that to you, Karsh. Ooh, he let go of the hold. Face first into the mat. 1, 2, new champion.
Oh, that was close. Very, very close, as we are under 5 seconds now. In the second round, Santana picks him up for the slam just as the bell rings.
And he slammed him. Good move. I don't want to hurt my back trying to protect a guy not slamming him. You?
Me? You're looking at the wrong guy. Well, we have gone through 2 rounds, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're scoring, I don't know who you give the edge to. I do know that as of this moment in time, Tito Santana with a slight advantage. Orton kind of shaking the cobwebs a little bit. It has been human chest, Terry. The pacing very, very obvious here. They look like they're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, and look at Orton. He's showing the effects on that ear. Dr. Humperdinck looking at him. Well, I'll tell you what, I like that ring girl. Get out of my way. I'm going to get her phone number.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back. This match continues. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The American Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship match continues as Sir Oliver Humperdinck loads his carcass on the outside of the ring. Gentlemen, Chris Adams watching this one very intently. Another man who would love to challenge the winner of this one. Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. on your left, and to the right, Tito Santana.
Yeah, you see Chris Adams watching. He was beaten last week by Bob Orton Jr. That's the guy that Orton had to beat to get in there. Hey, there's Pablo Morales.
What? Hold it. Pedro Morales.
Oh, that's what I meant. He's world famous. Everybody knows him. Pablo Morales.
Pedro Morales, one of the greatest stars of all time. Look at your notes, for heaven's sakes.
I don't need my notes. He's world famous. Everybody knows him.
Everybody but you.
And Tim Mann.
Who?
Tim in the booth.
Listen to this crowd. Oh, they are really getting behind Tito Santana, and it is getting under the skin of Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Well, Bob Orton Jr. knows this is a scheduled 12-round battle. He knows that it's only going to be won by pinfall, submission, or Brunzell scorecard. A 5-point must system. The winner gets 5 points. You can be docked a point, but otherwise you'll get 4 if you lose a round. So Brunzell watching this match, making sure that everything's right down the middle. His scorecard may determine our first champion.
Well, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. still feeling the effects on that ear as he now puts Santana into a series of moves into the hammerlock, and a great reversal by Tito. Oh, he's wrenching up on that wrist. And Terry, I know you wanted, another reversal here by Orton. What a series of move and counter move by these tremendous athletes. Now Orton in with the step over toe hold. Santana trying to roll him up into the ropes.
Yeah, but he got
right out of the ropes.
Yeah, right back into that side headlock. It took Tito a little while to get there. When you're wrestling, there's going to be more than one port in the storm. Make sure you always get back to that home port. That seems to be the headlock for Tito Santana.
Well, if Orton was feeling the effects around the ear area at the end of the last round, look at Humperdinck now, claiming there was a hair pull. Brunzell tells him in no uncertain terms to get back in the corner. Orton is going to have some cauliflower ears at the end of this one.
Yeah, did you know that this is the only World Heavyweight Championship match that's brought to you in digital technology?
I did not know that.
You do now. Great headlock takeover by Tito Santana. Oh man, we almost got a winner on a headlock. It's a very basic but effective move, and you saw the way he leveraged himself over to get Orton's shoulders down. Great move into a head scissors. These guys been around the block.
And once again, hold and counter hold. Look at these two gifted wrestlers. Holy mackerel, you got to keep up with the action here in Santana. What's up in control? 2 and 0. Terry, that has got to be instinctive when that wrestler rolls his shoulder at the count of 2, 2.5 like that. within an eyelash of being pinned. How much of that is just from doing it so many times in so many matches over the years?
Well, it's death. If you know that third count's coming down, you know your career and this match is over if you don't get off your back. And after a while, you learn no matter what to get over under your stomach. That's what Orton's doing now. He's not in trouble being pinned, but he is getting his neck wrenched off. Hello, girls.
Hey.
Everybody wants to see the first American Wrestling Federation champion.
And once again, Santana, look at the pressure, Terry, on that side headlock. I don't know how Orton is managing to keep his wits about him at all.
That's one thing about this sport. You do things that you didn't know you could do. You suffer. You have a pain threshold that nobody else, unless you've been a wrestler, can understand.
And once again, as was the case in the preceding round, this round ends with Santana maintaining that vice-like side headlock on Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. And look at now, Humperdinck in the ring, creating a little airflow there, trying to get Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. back to his senses.
Yeah, I don't know, Cars. Who do you think's ahead right now? I got to go with Orton Jr. by a point or two.
Well, I have absolutely no idea. This one just way too close to call, Terry.
Yeah, so instead of you and I talking about it and debating it, let's see what Brunzell thinks.
Well, there's a look at the first ever American Wrestling Federation referee scorecard, and Tito Santana ahead by 1 point on Jim Brunzell's scorecard. The referee sees the match differently than you do, Terry.
Yeah, he does, and I'm out here talking about it. He's in there scoring it, so we got to go with what Brunzell says.
Well, regardless of whether you pick Bob Orton Jr. or Tito Santana or who Jim Brunzell sees at this point, this is a very, very close matchup, as we anticipated that it would be, with two stars the caliber of Orton Jr. and Santana.
Well, Santana's been in control. He's had that headlock, but he's never really had Orton in a predicament. He's never had him in a near end. I mean, I don't know. I gave it defensively to Orton for not being on his back, and I guess Brunzell went on aggressiveness.
Well, and certainly Orton's still feeling the effects of those side headlocks. He was holding his ears again just a moment ago, and surprisingly, Humperdinck has actually kind of minded his manners a little bit outside the ring.
Well, the last thing he wants to do is cause his man to get disqualified. Great cover there. That's a Mexican cover into a beautiful bridge.
What a bridge. What tremendous strength shown by Santana.
He's trying to get him into a backslide. He's got those long arms. Hook 1, 2, new champion.
Right here.
Oh, man.
Within an eighth of a count of winning the American Wrestling Federation title, and Santana continues to grind at the head of Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. This is a master game plan, as far as I'm concerned, by Tito Santana. He has been in control constantly in this one.
Yeah, you see Brunzell right there asking if there's a submission. He's got that forearm bone. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again.
Oh, wait a minute. President Paul Alperstein.
Yeah, there's Zap, man, holding that belt. That's all you're going to do. Jimmy Suzuki from the Japanese press here. I mean, everybody is here to watch this match. Great leverage move by Santana. Gets Orton back on his back. Still has a headlock. 1. He's wearing him down.
You know, if you look over the last couple of rounds, particularly with this side headlock maneuver, I'm actually surprised in retrospect now that Brunzell doesn't have Santana even a little bit farther ahead. He has dominated the last several minutes.
Well, it's like I think it's the defense. He's only had him in 1 or 2 near falls, and that one was on that backslide just a second ago. But that right now, the face and ear of Orton have really got to be starting to bother him. He's going to start trying to protect that, and that's going to open things up for Tito Santana.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, you are in the midst of the first ever World Heavyweight Championship matchup in the American Wrestling Federation, scheduled for 12 rounds. Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. and Tito Santana. And once again, this crowd is absolutely 150% behind Tito Santana.
And don't think for a second somebody just turned this on. There's no channel surfing when the championship match is on. And if that arm drops, it's almost like a submission. It's giving up. Letting that arm drop is saying that you don't want any more, but he held it up. He's got that left arm up. This match is going to continue.
You know, Terry, as I'm looking, he had that nose and mouth covered, as you said, with that forearm. Bob Orton Jr. is in a bad way. He looks 3/4 out of it right now.
Yeah, but see how he's got his chin down where Tito can't get his arm up under that jaw and get to that carotid artery. Tito feels him, thinks he's out, 2, and Orton has enough to kick out.
Man, oh, what a matchup. And once again, Santana in behind with that chin lock. Terry, it has been a rough and a tough road for both of these men. They had to get through some real stiff competition to get to where they are today.
Yeah, to get here, Orton had to beat Johnny Gunn. He also had to beat Coco Beware. And last week we saw him beat Chris Adams. I mean, Orton has gone through some of the true warriors in professional wrestling to get to this championship match.
And we are under a half minute right now. Tito Santana, on the other hand, defeated the mighty Hercules after Hercules actually tried to go one-up and attack Tito during an interview. Tito went out and defeated him, then Mr. Hughes, and most recently, thanks to Sergeant Slaughter taking a chain away from luscious Tommy Rich, Tito defeated Rich to get to the championship final.
2. Man, this looks like this round's going to end just like the others. Tito Santana in that headlock.
Well, once again, and this time, Brunzell has to actually physically interject himself in there. Tito has been squeezing and grinding on that side headlock here for so long. Oh, wait a second, a cheap shot.
Now, wait a second. Is that going to be a fine? Is the match over? Is that a disqualification? Oh, he said because of his ear in that headlock, he did not hear the bell.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, that was considerably after the bell rang. I don't believe that for a minute. And now Orton once again putting his hand to his ear in the corner. Well, this is discretionary on the part of Jimmy Brunzell, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just going to take a point away. Both these guys worked so hard to get here. I'd hate to see this match end like this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. This one, an outstanding matchup. The American Wrestling Federation title encounter continues. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and you see Tito Santana still feeling the effects of that cheap shot between rounds. And Terry, we were informed by the referee, Jim Brunzell, he did in fact deduct a point from Bob Orton Jr. for that action after the bell.
Well, I'd rather have a point taken away instead of getting fined $5 grand. And this is the first time ever we've been into round 9.
And this is actually the first time in several rounds now that
Hey, what's going on over here? Mr. Taylor, Mr. Karsh.
Wait a minute, Rico Suave.
Hey, Reeking Scarby, what are you doing here?
I come to sit in and end some class to this whole operation over here, but I got some complaints.
Well, listen, as far as I'm concerned, you can hit the bricks. You were not invited out here.
Wait a minute, Karsh. Now that he's here, let's ask him a few questions.
Well, go ahead, Mr. Taylor. You're a man of class somewhat, although you stoop so low as to doing some color commentating. I used to remember watching you when I was a kid in the ring.
Humperdinck.
Yeah, I'm glad you watched me. Now you know something good about me. Listen, if you're all upset about luscious Tommy Rich not being here, I mean, what are you worried about? You handed him the chain. Sergeant Slaughter did the right thing.
Were we both watching the same match going on, Taylor? There was no such thing as a chain. I don't know where that chain come from. All I know is this. Sergeant Slaughter, you stuck your 2 cents in where it doesn't belong, and I'm going to get even with you. The family is looking out for you, baby.
Wait a second. That is some serious threat, first of all. And second of all, we have watched clearly that taped footage, very obvious to the whole
Wait a minute,
world.
Karsh, 2, almost a 3 count. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping my eye on this match.
What a technician. What a technician Mr. Orton is.
Wait, I want to get
My
back
compliments.
to you and that chain. You clearly handed the man a chain, for heaven's sakes. I'm talking about luscious Tommy Rich. Now you're going to boldface deny it to the whole world.
I don't remember a chain. The only thing I saw was Slaughter somehow stuck something in my hand and made it look like he was taking it out. I don't understand it.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from the horse's mouth.
Watch it, Taylor. You could be replaced.
Oh, no, not by anybody in the family.
In the meantime, in the ring, this is clearly the first sustained offense by Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Hey, Rico. May I call you Rico?
The only thing you could call me is perfect. And let me say one thing about this match going on right now. My compliments and my highest regard to Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. and his terrific manager, Sir Oliver Humperdinck. You know, me and the Hump go back a long way. He's got one of the greatest wrestling minds I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that was going to be my question, but this must be Jeopardy because the answer came before the question. I was just going to say, are you going to have luscious Tommy Rich challenge your friend's wrestler, Humperdinck, and Bob Orton Jr. if he wins this tournament?
Well, you got to understand one thing. In professional wrestling, once we get in the squared circle, there are no friends. But I'll tell you what, you'll see a terrific match if you saw Mr. Orton and Mr. Rich or Mr. Valentine in the ring. A terrific match.
Tito Santana right now firing back, but those are ineffectual punches.
No mustard on those punches.
Absolutely not, but certainly enough there. And Orton is very proud of himself. He drilled Santana right between the eyes, and referee Jim Brunzell admonishing Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Now, why is Brunzell sticking his 2 cents in there? It was clearly an open fist.
Ooh. Oh, you need glasses big time, pal. Here, borrow these.
You know something, Karch? You haven't changed in all the years I know you.
Wait a minute, Karch. You guys known each other a long time?
Yeah, me and Karch go back a long way, I'll tell you. It was just like yesterday.
Well, he denies it.
Well, you know what a lousy day yesterday was.
We are under 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and this round, has belonged to Bob Orton Jr. right from the outset.
Yeah, and he kicked him right in the goozle pipe right there. Tito Santana can't find a breath of air anywhere. Follows it up with the sleeper.
Right in the center of the ring. Well, I don't know. We have just under now 8 seconds left in the round.
It's over. Ask him, ref. Ask him. It's over with. He said no. He said no.
Will you try to be at least a little bit impartial here? That is the end of the run. Come on, Orton. Release that hold. The sleeper, of course, could be very dangerous.
He's having a tough time hearing with all his bad ears over here.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm surprised he let go. That hold right there, if you get it on a guy for 8 seconds, that's about what he had. That's what it takes to put a man out.
That's just about it, I'll tell you. I thought, for one, he had the man beat. I could have swore I saw Santana saying, I give up, I give up.
Well, I certainly didn't see that, and I'm sure referee Jim Brunzell didn't see that. And there Jim is working on that scorecard once again, Terry.
Yeah, he is. And right now we're going to see his official scorecard. Oh, man, Santana still got a 1-point advantage. See in round 4 where he docked Orton 1 point for that late shot.
What late shot? How could they duck the man a point when he couldn't hear the bell to stop it?
Terry, I have called security. You're out of here,
travesty,
pal.
A travesty.
You're gone. Sir, would you please take this man out?
Well, wait, pal, what are they paying you? I'll give you $100. Just let me stay another round.
Get him out of here. Well, thank goodness. He's history. Beat it. Oh.
Yeah, you say that when he's gone.
I would say it to his face, for heaven's sakes. The action continues, and Orton continues on the offense right now. And Terry, this match turned around after that cheap shot between rounds. Wait a minute, feet on the ropes.
Yeah, but you see, Brunzell was in a perfect position to see that. Saw the shoulders and the feet on the ropes. Man, the camera crew's got us almost in the ring. You can hear the guy arguing with the referee asserting himself. I'll tell you, Brunzell has almost been a non-factor. He has not interfered. He's called it right down the middle.
Over the top, he tries for the sunset flip. Look at Orton hanging onto the ropes. Brunzell kicked the hands off the ropes, counted 2. Oh, just that close. Oh, and when you just got done saying that Brunzell was actually a non-factor, certainly he was a factor there.
Back to the sleeper. It worked once. It got him down 8 seconds. He's got that. See how he's got his forearm under the chin on the arteries. Tito Santana, if that head gets leaned forward and that body back just like that, it crimps the carotid artery. Tito Santana is in trouble, and he's going to have to do something to get out of here.
Well, the crowd imploring Tito to get out of this sleeper hold. He's trying. He is fighting with everything he's got. Oh, he dropped to the canvas, and that head went into the jaw of Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., and Orton was forced to release the hold. Give Tito Santana credit. What a brilliant maneuver in the bad state that he was in to come up with that escape.
Yeah, but did you see how slow he dropped? Orton using all of his strength to hold him up right back to the throat. Hits him with a forearm, which is dangerously close to being in the throat area, which is illegal, but he's concentrating on that same area. But when he was hanging on, did you see how Orton... Oh, he got that fist up and hit Orton right in the face out of nowhere.
Oh, he clocked him that time, and look at Orton. He is trying to shake the cobwebs. He might have broken a tooth there. Instinctive maneuver by Santana.
Well, that's not going to hurt his looks any.
Oh, you can say that again.
It's not going to hurt his looks any.
Santana with the block and a shot right to the bridge of the nose. Oh, look at Tito now. Throwing lefts and rights and another jab and a shot.
Man, is this thing broken down into a Pier 6 brawl? Wide open right in the chin.
Oh, into that bottom turnbuckle. Tito Santana has turned things around. He mounts that second rope. Oh, and now he is letting Orton have it. And the fans pick up the count here. Right to the forehead. Oh, what a series of shots. And Orton Orton slumps in the corner. Just that fast, Terry. The momentum has shifted.
That's what I love about this sport. Give and take. Move, counter move. Right now, Tito's got it going, and right that quick, Orton takes it away from him.
Oh, what a matchup this is.
Yeah, but look at Orton. He had all that taken out of him, and he can't follow up. Man, look at that mug.
This is for the American Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. It's all on the line as Orton nails Santana with a boot to the back of the head. This is scheduled for 12, and it has been grueling every round to this point.
You notice the impact. Everything Orton does has a tremendous impact on Tito Santana. He's hit him in the throat. He's had him in the sleeper. Now it looks like he's got him like in a hangman, and then drives that knee into the back of the head. I mean, that hurts his neck, the head. This guy is just dissecting like a surgeon the head and shoulder area of Tito Santana.
And we are under 20 seconds right now for the count of 2. Oh, Santana just able to kick out. Orton was within an eyelash of becoming the American Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion. Just that close.
Yeah, and Tito's got to hang on another 5 seconds. It doesn't look like Orton is going to try to push the issue.
Oh! A shot to the midsection as the round comes to an end, and Brunzell, this time, Johnny on the spot, gets right in between the two combatants.
Yeah, you see Tito Santana, he's got a minute to rest, and he may not even make it back to his corner. Both men showing the effects of this contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a matchup. Stay with us. The American Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight title matchup continues. We're coming right back. Back we are, ladies and gentlemen. Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. pacing like a caged lion. He wants to get this one going as he continues the assault on Tito Santana. Oh, and a shot in 2 and 3 right to the mouth, the chin. The referee, Jim Brunzell, really giving it to Orton now, admonishing him, telling him to break it, get out of that corner, stop using the fist.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tito Santana came out of the blocks, a house on fire. Boy, Orton hit that with his stomach. I don't know if his face caught that post or not. I can't tell.
There's a 30-yard field goal. Oh, man. Ow. Woo.
Orton just went from the baritone to the soprano section of the choir.
He doesn't want any more on this. Oh, what a burrito. But they're too close to the ropes, Terry. Wait a minute, 2. Oh.
Boy, and see, I'll be honest with you. I honestly thought Sir Oliver Humperdinck would be involved more, and he hasn't been.
Well, in one sense, he has, because I have noticed at the end of every round, or within about 30 seconds, he is clearly letting Bob Orton Jr. know how much time is left. Very smart maneuver.
Yeah, you're a big Tito Santana fan. I picked Orton. Tito Santana dropped a knee and a foot right into the face of Orton with his leg on the rope. Should that be a point taken off?
I'm not the referee, Mr. Taylor.
That's right.
That is up to Jumpin' Jim Brunzell.
You're both from Minnesota.
Absolutely.
Nice tan.
There's a kick out. Oh! Santana hard into the top turnbuckle. What a tremendous matchup. Neither man has given an inch here. It has been back and forth. In for the cover count of 1 and 2. We've got to do. No. Oh. Just that close.
Yeah, these guys giving all they got. We're in round 7. Uncharted ground for anybody in the American Wrestling Federation. First time ever. Will we see the champion crown? Oh, he shoved him off like a quake. Cam ate it.
Orton was attempting to deliver that bulldog headlock. Tito pushed him hard into that top buckle. Both of these men, this is so grueling. They are physically spent. This is guts and determination right now.
Ankle pick, cover. See, he's got nothing left to grab the leg. But Orton's got very little to kick out.
Well, if you wanted a championship matchup with the word championship glittering in gold, you've got... Oh, no! Santana telegraphed that just a bit. Orton rolled out of the way, and Tito is in bad shape.
See, that's why I keep my feet nailed to the mat. He's got the head cradle, got the arm. But see, Brunzell's out of position. He was on this side, the other shoulder came up. He saw his body turn, but he couldn't have told if that shoulder came up. Boy, I'm glad I'm not refereeing.
Well, Brunzell told Orton to break the hold that time. He was using the ropes for leverage, and now he hammers him, and Brunzell once again telling him, watch that fist.
See the position Brunzell's in right there? He saw the shoulders. He made sure that his body was between Orton and the ropes to make sure that he didn't use them. I'm telling you, a guy like Orton can make a referee really look bad.
Oh, there's a boot to the lower abdomen. And our microphone taking you right into the ring. He rolls him up. Count of 1 and 2. And again, near fall.
Oh, Tito reversed it. He's on top, too. Oh, Orton reverses it.
Oh, you've got two pit bulls in the ring fighting for survival. We are under a half a minute. History in the making, ladies and gentlemen. All the marbles on the line for the championship belt in the American Wrestling Federation.
But look at the intensity, Karsh. Nobody's letting go. Orton's on the outside. Brunzell's in there. We got the three heads up there, right there. He's trying to wedge himself between these two because Orton's out on the outside, using his body to block these two from going after each other. Look at this, like a Mexican standoff. 3 seconds left. Man, this is going to turn into a fisticuff battle.
Huh. Man, oh man, I'll tell you, both jockeying for position there. No clear-cut advantage as far as I could see in that round. They're hanging on for survival, Terry.
Yeah, they really are, and you got to give it to Brunzell. These guys were getting motivated, they were intense, they were ready, the adrenaline was flowing, and he threw his body between the two competitors. That takes guts. Well, something you would never have done.
Now, what do you mean by that, for heaven's sakes?
I'm sorry, did I say that to your face? I didn't mean to.
You most certainly did. Ladies and gentlemen, this tremendous matchup continues. Stay with us, everybody. Round 8 coming up. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, and let's take a look and see how referee Brunzell has this one scored. Oh, my word, Terry.
He's got it 32, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. to 31, Tito Santana. Could it be any closer?
This is an extraordinary matchup for the American Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. These two men have endured 7 grueling rounds. We're into number 8. And look at this. Right from the get-go, Orton powers Santana into the corner and raking at the eyes.
That's the first time I've seen Orton resort to that. He's done the fists, he's done the feet, but I haven't seen him tear at the face like that. He's starting to be a desperate man.
Well, he certainly is. He's throwing that rule book completely out the window. Caution to the wind. And now he's going for the suplex. Oh, no, he's not. Looks like he's setting him up for that superplex now. Oh, right to the jaw.
Did you hear that flesh smash? Well, I tell you what, we're right in the ring with these guys. You can hear everything. You're so close right now. Great camera work.
Outstanding. Tito, he's trying. He's fighting.
He understands if he gets hit with this superplex, he's done. And he's fighting for all he's worth.
And he drilled him. He nailed him, and Orton was unable to complete that maneuver. Tito is absolutely out in the corner. He's trying to get his second win or third win or fourth.
Sunset flip.
Count of 1, 2. Oh.
Boy, off the top rope, I thought he had the momentum. Orton shows why he is one of the top competitors in the world.
These two are trading lefts and rights. Seesaw battle, and ladies and gentlemen, we have been informed that if this match is not over by the allotted television time, we will bring you the conclusion next week.
Boy, both these guys showing why they're at the top of their game. Tito right there, big boot into the midsection, and Orton's going for his finishing maneuver.
Oh, boy.
He's made this pile driver famous.
Tito trying for the block. He blocks it once and twice. Orton over the top. Santana was able to avoid that pile driver. Oh, that could have been curtains. Wait a minute. He's signaling for the burrito. Over the top. Picks him up. Oh, big slam in for the cover. Count of 1, 2.
Oh, how could it get any closer?
Oh, Paul Alperstein was ready to make his way to the ring with that championship belt. He's arguing with Brunzell right now. He thought it was a 3. Did Bob Orton Jr.
Man, I'll tell you what, Brunzell got out of the way. A lesser man probably would have gotten mowed over. I'm glad he's a great athlete. Orton going to work on that back.
Big backbreaker again. He covers him. Count of 1 and 2. Oh, just able to roll that shoulder. He didn't hook the leg. These men are physically spent, and Humperdinck is about to have a stroke outside the ring.
I think this is a mistake. Orton Jr. is complaining to Brunzell. Save your energy. Focus it in on Santana. Go for the championship. Don't be sidetracked. 8 full rounds. There's no reason in the world to be distracted.
He picks him up. He's got him in for the cover. Count of 1, 2. Oh, man, how long can it? Oh, there's a burrito. He hit him with the burrito. Just like that. Count of 2. We got a champion. We have the first champion in the American Wrestling Federation, and it is Tito Santana. Oh, what a man.
Man, he doesn't look too much like a winner, though. Look at him. Can't even get to his feet to celebrate. What a match.
President Paul Alperstein of the American Wrestling Federation is in the ring to present the belt to a very, very weary, exhausted Tito Santana. Terry, that burrito came out of nowhere.
Exactly right. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand that you have seen history made. The first ever American Wrestling Federation champion. Slow-mo, you see it, the shoulders are down. Leg is hooked. Brunzell hits the 3 count. Tito Santana is your champion.
You know, we had so many near falls in this matchup. President Paul Alperstein raises the hand of Tito Santana. It was that flying burrito that has brought him so many victories over the years, but none more important than this one that you see right now. He is the first ever American Wrestling Federation champion, Tito Santana. Stay with us. Wow. Well, welcome back, everybody, and what a tremendous championship match. Tito Santana and Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. Terry, I'm absolutely spent here. What a matchup.
Yeah, I thought they were tired. My voice is gone. I'm sweating. What a matchup. Right here, you see where the tide turned. Orton went for that pile driver. Tito, whatever he had left, dumped him over and comes up with that burrito, and that is history right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the American Wrestling Federation, for Terry Taylor, this is Mick Karch. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week with the Warriors of Wrestling.
You've made the right choice with the American Wrestling Federation. So until next week, you're dismissed.